Welcome back to Breakout, and you may notice a few changes. Yep, things have got a little bit tidier. I've moved things around, and we've got a storage drawer system, so I'll put them in place and put a storage drawer controller at the bottom. All stuff you've seen before, and the only difference or things you don't see here is that right there I've got an ender chest. Did make that between the episodes. We've just got the ability to actually create it now, pretty much. With ender pearls and blaze rods, you can put them in the compressor from blaze powder to get blaze rods, and that gets you ender chests. So I've put one there, and that feeds straight into the storage drawer system. And I'm going to have to put this red glazed terracotta back the right way around. Oh, there we go. And yeah, unfortunately there's a space there just in case I need to dump stuff into this, but otherwise that's fine. You can put a slave down as well, a drawer slave to use that instead if you don't want it in where the controller is. But this is pretty much the limit of what I can actually fit into one of these corners, these quarters that we've got going, but it is going to work pretty well. The rest of the tidying is just briefly, here, my whole sieving and hammering setup, move that downstairs. Here, I've still got some remnants that hasn't been processed yet, but if we pop downstairs, first of all, I moved these to be a lot nicer with the lava. They have the fluid channel running along the top in the same space as everything else, and then further down, we've now got hammers. So this one goes into this one. This one is producing gravel, and the gravel is just going straight into here. You'll see some of this stuff is being stuck. You'll see why in a minute. This one is just a manual one, so if I put dust in here, it will get dragged into here and start being produced. In fact, it would if I configure this correctly. That's insert, extract, always active. There we go. That should now start processing. So how much there's a couple of stacks left. So this is all fine. I did put Civ Efficiency 3 on that one. Last episode, you saw me put Civ Fortune 2 and Efficiency 2 on this one. I don't have another Civ Fortune one yet, but as soon as that one pops out of the fishery, then we're more than happy to actually add it to these civs. And it really does make quite a bit of difference if you manage to get those enchants on there, so please do that. Anyway, in either case, that one's not configured yet, but in either case, what will happen is this is going to set extract into blue channel, and that's going to bring all the way around here, and you'll see it tries to insert into this, the auto compressor. So if it can fit in here, it will do. Otherwise, it's going to try, eventually it'll try and move on. But right now, you see what's happening. There's a few things like lapis going in here that shouldn't be, emeralds going here that should be. So occasionally, emeralds come out of this machine instead of the sort of emerald nuggets. So we need to actually basically set up a filter to blacklist to stop those things going into here. Anyway, whatever goes in comes back out on purple onto this from this side, and then tries to insert into this furnace, which is why a couple of things here are not going anywhere, because they can't be actually burned, can't be put into the furnace. Over here on the furnace side, purple goes in and then immediately outputs to the right, which goes into the ender chest, which goes into a storage drawer system. Hopefully that's straightforward. I know that was all a bit fast, but I didn't want to occupy too much time explaining something that I've gone through Ender stuff a fair bit for. If you do have any questions about that kind of thing, about setting channels, different colors and stuff like that, please put them in the comments. I'm more than happy. I'll reply to you there, or indeed I'll cover it in another video. So all this is pretty much empty now. Yeah, I've not emptied these completely yet, but they're starting to get a bit more, bit emptier. Yeah, so I think we're ready for today's episode. Really, there. I haven't got any further further down here. This does actually need improvement, including putting some torches down. It seems. Is there a spare torch around anywhere? No, not in my backpack. No. Okay, I do need to make some more torches. Clearly, unless the lamps are there. I thought I had some lamps somewhere. Did I not make those? Lamps in here, maybe red and white lamps. No. Well, I'll come back to it later. So, as I was saying, time to get on with today's episode. We are off into the quests, which means we need to get done with this empowered stuff. So we need empowerer, we need display stand, and we need some way of setting it up. Now, remember I said that this now didn't need this anymore, but I didn't see any reason to take that. Well, I do see a reason to take that now. So let's just grab you, put you down here, and then what I can do, I can replace all of this. If I just grab my backpack, I should have some energy conduit, and then I should be able to just recover some of this. So you can come back, you can come back. There we go. And then we can just put energy conduit here instead of anything else. And on that side, we can just recover you and then put you back down right here in the same block space. There we go. It's all connected. Oh, that actually... that's the wrong thing. 1 second. Let's grab it. That can't be that. Yeah, that's annoying. That was straight to extract. Refined canola oil. Refined canola oil, but that looks too light. It looks like this pressurized fluid conduit has the other kind of canola oil in it. So I'll just send it the other way. Let's just grab you and you. Just to be doubly certain that this doesn't happen, we want to go this way and this way. There we go. That's fine. So that's going to happen, and a little bit tidier, a little bit less sort of height. And then we have a spare energy cell, which I'm going to make use of, I think. Let's just, well, we'll decide we want to put that in a minute. But we're going to be using it to, power up this Empowerer initially, because I don't have any way to move power around wirelessly. I don't think so yet. Let's just have a look. What options are available for wireless? Wireless charging antenna extension. Interesting. So does the charging antenna mean it goes from the wireless charger to the antenna? In which case that's wireless power. Charge it? No, that's nearby inventories. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I want something that does wireless power. Wireless energy. No. Wireless access point. No. How about tesseracts? Nope, we don't have tesseracts. Okay, I'm sure there will be some kind of wireless power, I would hope, in the pack. If not, then I'll just cart around. This has got 2 million FE in it, so that is fine. And we'll go from there later. Anyway, to use up this power, we're going to be crafting these Empowerers and display stands first of all. So let's just take a look at the Empowerer. Empowerer. Whoops. Let me just add that as favorites. And same thing with the display stand. Okay, so we want 4 of these. That's going to need crafting a fair bit of gold, some, black quartz, some Restonia. I know for a fact we're running out of black quartz, so we need to basically make more of that. To sieve that, we are going to need sand, and we can put sand through whatever. It's a drop chance of 50%, and we're going to put it in the diamond stiffened mesh. So if I've got some sand down here, got a little bit. Let me just make sure that's reserved. I should just lock that in, but for the moment this is fine. And we will just basically put that in here. I'll just grab that temporarily. There's only 15 left anyway. Yeah, let's just leave that in there. So we want some more black quartz. We want some empowered Restonia basically going on. So let's just grab that from over here. So there's our Restonia. Let's grab the E09 and the other one as well. I can never remember the name of. Void Crystal. It's easier to remember than the other two. Anyway, we'll get those, and we're also going to need some iron, so I may as well process some of that up. How much iron do I actually have? I have a couple of stacks, so I'm just going to convert it all. I'm going to convert it all by turning it into blocks first, just so it's easy enough to convert. And then what else do I actually need? I think that's enough to get started. Maybe some redstone. We have a couple of stacks of that as well. So let's just convert this into blocks. I don't actually know if this actually converts with less energy if you put it in blocks first, but I'm going to give it a try. We should have more than enough energy for this not to be a problem, but let's just pop you there. Okay, let's get that back. I thought I had my magnet. Maybe I've removed it. There we go. So E09 crystal blocks and Restonia. And we should be able to get started. My last remaining black quartz is up here, so we should be able to get started with it, and we'll get to that later. So display stands, I'm going to want at least 4 of these, and I've got 6, so I'm going to make 4 for now, and we'll get the rest once that sieving is done. And then we just want some gold, so let's get some of that, and that should again be coming from our automatic smelting setup now. And we will make 4 advanced coils. From that, we're just going to want some aesthetic quartz, and that's going to need blocks of quartz, which is going to need nether quartz. Now, nether quartz I'm also running out of as well, so that's another thing I'm going to need to get sieved. That is from soul sand, and remember, we can get soul sand from regular sand. You know what's coming up? Yep. Guess what I just threw away? Lots of regular sand, so I'm just going to go and grab half a stack of that back, and I'm going to put that through the power first of all. So let's grab, I need to put some torches down. That Yeah, this causes light when it actually has some ingredients. See, there you go, it goes away. But otherwise it does not. So let's just get rid of, let's take half of you, put half of you in there, and then we'll just convert this across the soul sand. If my memory is correct, it should just go in here. It went to 16. Ah, yes, soul sand. I'm going to convert so many at a time. It's empty. Okay, that's why. Hopefully that is powered back up. I thought I'd reworked that. Yes. I see a fairly obvious problem here. Maybe just in case. There we go. I actually just removed the cable here because I'd replaced the floor, so I need to place that back again. You're getting power. Good. So now we should be able to convert more sand into soul sand. Okay. Well, so at least some more. We'll get to more later. That's fine for now. And we just then need to sieve that, I think. So that can go in here as well. Down one. Yeah, that's still sieving dust. Let's just go through soul sand. And then we'll just put the dust down here. Okay, so that's got a little bit of time to go. While that's happening, let's take a look at the Empowerer. So that's going to need a few things. It's going to need another display stand. So I need 5 of these things. So I may as well go and make another one of those. Another one of these. Okay, and another one of these. So there's 5 of them. And then the Empowerer itself needs some iron casings. So we know how to make those, and that needs black quartz, which is why I need more. Rustonia, and then double battery. And of course, double battery is a single battery with another advanced coil. So I do actually need to make that final advanced coil and some Inori crystals. The single battery is, yeah, it's basically, I'm going to need even more advanced coils to actually get this going. In fact, yeah, that should be fine. I'm going to double battery. If I remember rightly, these have problems with shift clicking in. So we can't necessarily shift click in, but otherwise we should be fine. I'm going to wait for that to finish sieving, and I'll bring you back shortly. It's still cooking up, but I actually need to get a couple of other things sorted. So we'll get started with just filters first of all, which is relatively straightforward. I just want to go to your fishery and you'll find these dried up sugar canes. We can take 3 of those stacks and we can just convert them straight into basically paper. They will go into sugar, but we can also send them into paper, and paper's good for this. So let's just put some of that back over here. That'll do. Yeah, I'll keep a stack. And then we got some hoppers as well. So I want some chests. I have plenty of chests there. Clearly made entirely too many. And we're going to get some iron as well. We've got a couple of stacks. So we want about 15. Yeah, that'll do. And let's just make a hopper. Or 5. Well, 3. Yeah. I miscalculated. It should have been 25 iron, which you needed, not to 15. And with the hopper, we just need paper all around it in 4 cardinal directions, and we get a basic item filter. That we're going to use downstairs and sort out this this issue here with these. So if I put in a basic item filter into the insert side, I can then set this to blacklist certain things. So I want to make sure I blacklist lapis and emerald from that. So here's my edit filter settings, and I want to blacklist emerald and blacklist lapis, and both of those can then just go into our system. Okay, and right now that just means they'll get stuck further back in here somewhere, which is fine. We'll fill that out later. In fact, we should be able to fill that out now because this is extracting on blue. This one has a high priority blue, so if I set this one to a lower priority blue, so let's say 4. Insert, it should let the lapis through from here, I think. Yeah, insert blue. Yeah, this should leave once it figures it out anyway, and that should head that way without getting stuck in here. And similarly, if we extract on this one, we need to also perhaps insert into the front here with a different channel color, just so we don't end up with different processing. Well, we only have one of these right now. Yeah, can we go extract back on blue still? Maybe. It's certainly gone. This one hasn't yet, but it's still emptying the tiny coal, basically. And so that now can go into our system. You'll see it's going in there. I don't necessarily want tiny coal in there, so I may have to just limit that one. So we'll just grab that here and then say edit filter settings, blacklist tiny coal, because we want that to be processed before being put into our system. However, everything else, and perhaps diamond nuggets as well. Yeah, maybe I don't want those either. So let's blacklist that. Okay. And they can't go in there. Yeah, so these two things are quite special. The tiny coal aren't a compressor recipe, and neither is the diamond nugget. They both require other things. So either they're going to have to go into another box, and I think for now I'm just going to put them into an even lower priority storage drawer. That's a basic drawer. I kind of like a 2x2 if we got one. Thought I had some on me. No, maybe I've used them all up. I thought I had more 2x2. I do. They're over in my miscellaneous chest, so I'll just grab a 2x2 and then we'll just set these up accordingly. Put them downstairs so they can go right about here. We can go here actually. Yeah. So that is going to contain diamond nuggets. And it's going to contain tiny coal. And we'll set this to insert on blue as well. And we'll make that even lower priority. 3. So it will go there. If it can't go in here, then it will drop into this chest, and that's fine for me. I don't need to go for it to go anywhere else. And I need to get more torches down clearly. Let me just move this for temporarily. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, this should clear out the rest of this. You'll see all that now disappearing. The lapis still isn't going. Why is that not going? That is extracting on blue, always active. That's going all the way along. It tries to go into there, it can't. It tries to go into here, it can't because I'm blacklisting it, and then it should be able to go into here unless this is broken somewhere, but no, this seems fine. Yeah, maybe it's just taking time. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, that's fine. It's taking time. So this I will leave alone and everything else will automatically process. These need a special recipe, so we can go with some kind of automatic crafter later, but I don't need to worry about it to start off with. We can just have them in a storage drawer. Let's see how my supply of quartz is coming along. How are you? 25 quartz. I'm going to need more. Yeah, it seems like this, even full, it will not convert a huge amount of sand. So if we just drop that in there, you'll see it only makes 14 per, and I think that actually empties it. Yeah, it does empty it. So yeah, I can't get rid of all of it at once, but I can actually process it. There we go. All right, so we then have nether quartz. We can just convert that straight into nether blocks. Quartz blocks. And the quartz blocks you can then convert over. If you put them like this, they will turn into quartz slabs, and then stack them on top of each other to turn into chisel quartz blocks, which then you can dump into your reconstructor again. So that can go in there, hit the button, and they turn into aesthetic green quartz, which can then turn into display stands. There we go. So one display stand, and we need some, obviously, some more stuff, but I can cut forwards off camera. The other thing I will say about this is I thought that this had a certain size requirement. I'm assuming maybe it doesn't, but I thought it needed at least 2 and then the display stand. If it does, then I'll make this larger. I was hoping that this would actually work without it, but yeah, we'll see. So we've got this energy cell here, and we'll have 4 display stands, and hopefully they'll fit in this space. I do have one more block, but if I can't fit it there, I'll have to go all the way down to the bottom floor. So I just need to get 4 display stands and put them in a cardinal cross like this around the Empower itself, and this I just need 4 display stands to be picked up, so I may well pick them up before I actually finish this. Okay, so I just need to wait for the rest of the quartz and soul sand to process now, and I'll bring you back then. One other thing, remember that this witch water does produce soul sand. That's its entire point, in fact. Once you, I think you put sand directly in here, but I don't have a huge, like a quantum tank full of it or anything. So if I dump some sand into here, it may well, I think it's sand. It looks like it is. Anyway, yep, it is there. It's got soul sand. But I don't have a huge oversupply of it. So yeah, I am about to use all of that up anyway. And that's not going to last terribly long, but I will use that up as well. Okay, crafted the rest of the stands to find out, yeah, unfortunately this does need to be 2 away from each other, not 1. So I do have to just rearrange very slightly, but should not be much of a trouble. That's still got charge in it, so let's just get rid of the display stands for a second. And I'm going to need to move... I don't need to move the center, just need to move all the out pieces, outside pieces. And I've got some more energy conduit in here, I think. Yeah, there we go, full stack of it. So I think it says 2 in each direction. Okay, and 2, that should be fine. That should connect everything up. So display stands, 1, 2. I'll probably have to deconstruct this. In fact, let's just remove some of these pieces now. Mainly because I normally need some kind of hopper on the outsides, so that's handy to have. So, yeah, is it 2 or 3 blocks away? 2 blocks away in each cardinal direction. That's technically 3. Let's give it a go anyway, and let's see if this actually works. If it is, I don't mind it being 1 larger. So 1 brick, we need another brick. I'm not sure if you need them in specific slots. Let's just try it without them in specific slots. Rose red, and then redstone, is it? I think. Because we want this, the empowered redstone. Oh, that looks like it's working. Yes, it has worked. So even though it says 2 blocks away, it means 2, and then it's on the 3rd block. I did have them here. I did try it here. Didn't work. So yeah, there's our empowered Restonia crystal. We then also need an empowered void crystal. And that's very similar kind of recipe: void, charcoal, flint, stone, and black dye of some kind. And I don't know whether I have any black dye. Yeah, I guess we've got to find floral powder. Whether we don't have Botania yet, so we can't do that. How about organic black dye? Have I made this before? Industrial process fossil plant matter. So slime balls and pulverized coal. Okay, fair enough. I'll go and assemble the rest of those. So there's 2 more left. And the empowered emeradic one looks like stuff we can actually get as well. So slime balls, oak saplings, and then lime. However, we get lime dye. So that's just cactus green and bone meal, basically. So yeah, I'll assemble both of those. And your fishing setup will have ink sacs, so you don't need black dye by any other method. That's quite easy to get done. So then we could just go with bone meal and 1 piece of cactus, and then that should get us the last pieces for the emeradic. I need the cactus. There we go. And that needs to be cactus green, so let's put that through there. And that should be everything. Cactus green, and does that give us lime? It does give us lime. Good. The rest is going to be, what is it now? Grass, oak saplings, and slime balls. Well, slime balls, we also have from the fishing setup. Oops. And there. We don't have grass. We don't have grass, but we can get that with bone meal. So let's grab some bone meal. And we also need some shears, but that's going to be straightforward. Let's grab some... oh, I don't have saplings because I chose for leaves instead. Why did I choose leaves? I always choose the wrong thing. I probably have a sapling somewhere. Yeah, I do have a sapling. That's good. So let's just get the black one done. I always forget which way. These directions confuse me every time. So that should be the black one. Yep. That shouldn't take very long at all. And then the emeradic. What does it need in the middle? Presumably an emerald. Oh, emeradic crystal. Yeah. So that is just an emerald. Yeah. Just through our reconstructor. So let's get that from... where's our... there we go. They should be in here already. I did rearrange the filters downstairs. I'll show you them again in a second because it was causing some stuff to bleed through to the storage drawers. And we don't want that to happen. Let's throw you in there. Throw you in there. There we go. So emeradic, that's the center. Then we can just go for the other pieces. So was it going to be lime dye? And it's going to be oak sapling. And then was it slime ball? And finally the grass. Yeah, grass. So we just need a couple of pieces of iron and some bone meal. So a couple of pieces of iron should do right there. Some shears and some bone meal. And I think we've got some grass remaining. I want to say I left some. Yeah, I left a little bit. That's more than enough. There we go. And that should be the last piece. So with that, we should unlock the last quarter. Let's grab you. And there it goes. You're done. And we get the quote. Did we get the quest? That all says complete. Whoops, wrong quest. Why are you saying not complete? Does that need to detect? Detect. Oh, they get used up. That's probably why. Yeah, all items will be consumed, and you will reward with a new pick of choice. So one pick of choice it is, and last door. Oh, this is so nice. This should unlock the last quest tab, which is the escape quest tab. And I just need to make sure I have some stone. There we go. And finally, I think all we need to do is pick up that pure daisy. There we go. So south is open. We now have metamorphic tiger stone bricks, and we can pull these final two to unlock the final two doors. And you'll see, well, they're both pretty blocked in there at the moment. Yeah, but that's fine. So yeah, we have all 4 quarters done, and that means we can look at hopefully the final tab. Do we have to do to unlock the final tab? It looks like we're not quite there yet. At least it's not unlocked automatically. So I assume it's in the crossroads. So let's just take this south one. And is that unlocked it yet? No, maybe we need to do all these at the bottom. So we've got all 4 of the corners done. Well, corners, cardinal directions done. And then maybe we need to do the others to actually get to the final section. Okay, let me just do a bit of research. So I had a look around, could not find exactly how you unlock that last tab. So I assume it's got to be via the other tab earlier. So it's got to be via, first of all, probably Botania to actually get that unlocked, because you'll see there's this missing space here. So presumably that's need to be gotten through the Botania tree. And then we got these 4 here. Now I've just done the empowered emerald because we've just done that anyway. It's just 9 of those. You can do the block form for 4 ingredients instead of doing 9 times 4 ingredients. That's a shortcut. The vibrant alloy, we've made the energetic alloy previously, and that's just combined with ender pearls, and that makes vibrant. This is how it's made, those 2 things. So that's cooking up nicely. And then the last one is a bit expensive. A block of Enderium. Now, block of Enderium is 9 Enderium ingots. Unfortunately, Enderium, yeah, so block of Enderium, 9 Enderium ingots, but each Enderium ingot needs basically 1 Enderium blend, and each Enderium blend is a bucket full of iridescent ender, which is 4 ender pearls. So I need 36 ender pearls, and I don't have them. So what we're going to do with that is just reconfigure a couple of things. One is not in there. Not you. Yeah, glowstone. How much glowstone? We have a couple of stacks. Let's get both stacks. And I'm just going to grab a chest temporarily. And if I can just feed this. Do I have some conduit? I should have some conduit somewhere, shouldn't I? Yeah, I've got some conduit. Okay, so here, you remember I had water and this generates obsidian. Well, I've got a lot of obsidian. So instead, we're actually just going to go for something else. We are going to connect this with just a chest. And the chest, we're just going to put our glowstone in there. Okay. And then if I grab my Yeta wrench and shift left click, I can configure the up direction to be always active and the down direction to be insert. And that should start inserting glowstone into lava, which will, hopefully, there we go, make endstone. Shuttle across into here. And we start to get endstone. Now we do have endstone for free, before anyone says, and it's down here, and you just have to clean these out. So I've got 2 left. So there is some endstone and some crushed endstone. The other 2 I've already cleared out. No more resources for me. So I will do those off camera, and I will get us to the amount we need. I'm not going to do that straight away because I can do that between the episodes easily enough to get all those 3 quests done, which leaves the 4th spot, which we may as well finish off with a couple of Botania things. One is flora fertilizer. So if I just grab some over here, I upgraded our fishery sort of things to use these reinforced survivalist trainers, so they have thousands of use left. So, you know, pretty much they won't ever break as far as we're concerned. And in here, that's generated some dirt, among other things. And some sand. I guess I will just go and put the sand down. I'll actually just convert it into soul sand. Yeah, that's a bit ambitious, but yeah, it'll be fine. So yes, we got the dirt, and then we just want some grass. I think there is a sort of grass spawning sort of grass seeds. Yeah, grass seeds. So we'll just use that, and then we will. And if Botania, does it already have grass down? It already has grass down. That's good. We don't need to do anything then. That's even easier. If I grab some floral fertilizer now and just dump some of this other stuff in my backpack for a second, or you can just go in there. Okay, one, I want the pure daisy. I want some stone as well, so let's grab that from our system. When I remember where I put it. Grab regular stone. And we also want some oak wood, and I guess most of you may know what I'm actually going to do. We only have one pure daisy, unfortunately, so this will have to take turns, or I'll have to do half and half. Do I have the quest? Is it? No, it's 24 of each, so I'm going to have to do a few batches. I'll do them off camera. Just put your pure daisy down in the inside. It turns all of this to living rock, and then there is also living wood as well. Just put oak wood around, and then just pick it up again afterwards. In the meantime, on this side, we can just turn this around and just get all, well, as many of the colours as we can of Botania flowers. Is that everything we need? What am I missing? Brown and red. Well, there's no control over it, so I really hope the randomness is yeah, on our side. Otherwise, we may have to make more floral fertilizer. There's brown. There's red. Hopefully. Ugh. How about that? Yep. And we get a flower patch for it. I think that will give us ability to store those things. Hopefully. Has it dropped on the floor? It has dropped on the floor. Let's go and grab you. Is the flower patch? Yeah, so we should just be able to just shift click the stuff in there. And that should be that. Will this automatically pick up into there? I think it did. Well, let's just test. Always good to test. No, it didn't. Okay, never mind. So we'll just dump everything in there that we can do. And that's that done. Okay. Now, do I have every colour? I do have every colour. Good, that's nice. I guess there's that quest done. And then over here is reproducing flowers with... yeah, some seeds, some floral fertilizer. That's what we get for it, and some red petals we need to get back out of the red flowers. I'm not worried about that just yet, so I will worry about that later. I'm just going to do this off camera, the living rock, and then we hopefully will get a quest opened up in Crossroads. Not yet. Maybe we'll have to get all the way through Botania. We'll see. So the next quest in Botania is almost certainly going to require Petal Apothecary, so we may as well make it now. Shouldn't matter which flower which you use. Let's just pick whatever we got the most of. And yep, convert those over. So mystical blue petal in this case. And then we just need some cobble, if I remember rightly. It's been a while. We need some slabs. Petal Apothecary, so petal. And we need a piece of living rock. I need that for the quest first. Let me just get these last lot of 8, and then we can be able to use up the living rock. So 1 second. And there's our last batch, so we should be able to pick this up, and that should give us the quest, and then enable us to use one of them for the Petal Apothecary. So one more, there we go. There we go. We bring good things to life. Okay, Ender Flames, Runic Altars, yes, usual kind of Botania stuff. Let's just claim that, and then the Petal Apothecary can get started. So we just craft this, I think. Craft you. That's that done. Yep, Petal Apothecary, and I'm going to put it there. I've got 2 Endeavours. You need 4 for an infinite water source, but the idea there, in fact, let me just use 1. This is fine. It's just basically a container for two buckets at the moment. Let's just put that in there. And then we can use this to basically duplicate up our pure daisies if we want them in the future. Not that I need them specifically for the moment, but these will fit quite nicely together in this side chamber. So yeah, that's sort of nice. And I think for that, we're just going to need... let me just actually do another one. It may be worthwhile. So let's just get 2 of the mystical white. And then I think it's... just drop them in here? Yeah, I normally sink this into the ground by one. It makes it a lot easier. And you just need some seeds, basically, to trigger the whole thing, if I remember rightly. Some seeds will do. And let me just actually make another set of chests for over there, so I don't have to be bothered with stuff. So, yeah. And I'm going to probably empty the flower patch into that, but for the moment, I just want one set of seeds. And is it dropping it into there? Yes, it is. And there's a second pure daisy. So you can, of course, just line things up over here now and have those automatically converted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the same thing with logs on this side. Just in case you need more. There are ways to automate it, but it's usually later in the pack. Can I shift click onto there to... I can, that's good. So glad they implemented that. It seems to be a convention with containers that you can shift right click them onto other containers, or at least handheld containers onto other containers. And then I'll just dump that in there for now. So we have everything we need. I'm just going to put that one lower. Yeah, it's just a lot easier to use that way. And then, of course, we need a couple of endeavours, but they are fairly straightforward. That's the Petal Apothecary done, and this is starting to open up a lot more. Automating Kit 7 requires an Ender Flame, but Ender Flames are not terribly hard to make, I don't think. Ender Flame, probably brown flowers and something else. Brown, light grey, red. Okay, let's just go for that then. So brown, so that's just one brown really. And then I want light grey and red. I may have to duplicate up more of these, but that's fine. So I'm going to need to use the other bucket of water. I can't get the other bucket of water. Fine, I guess we'll get it from downstairs. I need to make more infinite water sources. There's one in the room, but let's just get 2 buckets there. That'll do. I'll just fill this other side up. So there's one, and there's our second one. We'll just put it back in there for now. So brown, red, and light grey, and then one more seed. There's our Ender Flame. That's that quest done. We get 2 more Ender Flames. And that will start the mana charging system off, and more stuff opens up. So yeah, there's plenty of other stuff to actually get through in Botania, it seems. So I'm not sure that hasn't opened up anything else here. So I think we're going to have to go through this, if not the final Botania stuff. So terrestrial agglomeration plates are, yeah, that needs more space and sort of set up for that kind of thing. But yeah, we'll get through that next episode. So next episode, I'm going to try and get through as much of Botania as I possibly can, with endeavouring to basically get us to the point where we can escape. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but I'm trying my best to get there. So hopefully you enjoyed the episode. Lots of tidying gone on. We have a storage drawer system. We'll probably have to have an AE2 system before we get to the end, because if we have to do everything in Crossroads at least... in fact, hang on, there's some stuff up. Oh, and that's where we get the other ender tank that I got one of. Missed that. Can't believe I missed it. But yeah, there's lots of other stuff we can actually do around here. Nothing essential in there. Probably have to get this done. And then who knows? Yeah, we're all the way through some of the tabs. Yeah, so I'll see you next episode for some more of that. I need to get rid of my ender chest and ender tank, and I'll be able to use those. Probably use the ender tanks for lava transport. Instead of having this little system over here, I can just separate the 2 things entirely and move this power generation. Well, maybe move the lava system all the way down to the bottom, to be honest. That's where stuff gets set on fire. So yeah, maybe move that apart. But otherwise, we're fine. I'll see you next episode for some more breakouts. If you've got any questions, got any comments, put them in the comments down below. Tips, tricks for the people, etc. Otherwise, feel free to give the thumbs up if you liked the video. Otherwise, let me know why not in the comments, like everything else. And we'll see you next episode for some more breakout. As always, guys, thanks for watching.